welcome back to a new video. Today I'm doing a doll makeover and this is my first time doing the entire doll, so let's get started. You might have seen a while ago in a thrifting video, I thrifted this other Draculaura and this is what I will be using for a Princess Serenity doll. This is the first time that I will be doing a reroute as well as the outfit, so please be gentle. So there's going to be a couple things that I actually don't cover in this entire video. There's tons of other videos that you can use to get more information, like how to pop the head off, how to get all the hair out. I didn't film everything because if I did, this video would be like 45 minutes long. I didn't show this here, but I was able to take the head off without breaking the neck peg. Please look up videos on how to do it and be patient. And here's me questioning whether I actually want to do the reroute or not.
Your soul is a good place for you. It's called that because they say yes, yes, yes.
I think the process of prepping your doll is probably going to be the most tedious. Getting all the hair out, getting the glue out, I think it definitely took me at least an hour of time, at least one episode of Smallville. When you're taking the hair plugs out, you also want to be careful that you don't rip the head in between the holes. It will make it harder for you to do the reroute and will basically ruin the structure of the head. You just have to be patient, take your time, be careful, make sure you soak the head a lot. Here I am using 100% acetone and I am taking all of the factory paint off just the head. I actually do 2 passes of the 100% acetone to make sure that I get all of the paint out. You'll see that the second pass has made the head way cleaner. Now, I actually didn't take the factory paint off of the eyes and lips yet, just because I think it actually does look pretty creepy to have it off, so I left it on for right now. The hair rerouting tool and the hair that I used was from the dollplanet.com, which is on Etsy. I will link all of the products that I purchased, and I will talk a little bit more how I feel about the products. The color that I purchased for the Princess Serenity is named Elsa. It was a perfect mix between a silvery blonde and like the yellow blonde like in the anime. I definitely didn't want yellow and I didn't want white. I wanted like a silvery blonde. Rerouting a doll's head is definitely a long process. Don't think that you're going to get it done in a day. You probably could, but you're probably going to hurt your hand a lot. So I highly suggest taking breaks and just taking it slow. Watch a TV show. That rhymed. So because I know that I'm going to have to do ponytails or twin tails and bangs, I'm also concentrating on the line in the middle of the head and where I think the bangs are gonna be, just so that the hair isn't sparse there. The original clip of me screaming here is actually so loud that I had to cut it out, so I'm dubbing over it. Ah! Okay, so I had a little bit of a breakdown. What of it? This is the next day. I have fully rerouted the hair how I like it, and I guess I'll just say a couple things about the hair. I did receive it in a timely manner. Wait, no I didn't. It actually took a pretty long time to get here. Anyways, I think it was fairly priced. I don't think it's very first time friendly, beginner friendly. I had a very hard time styling the hair even with the provided instructions. It just didn't actually work as well as to like factory hair, like the hair that you get on the original dolls. I found that I had to do a lot of heat baths, a lot of hot tools just to get it to stay how I wanted it to. And I feel like you actually don't really get enough. You get like just enough for the head, and there's like no room for error. And that's one of the things that I didn't like. And also in the last clip, I did put in some permanent fabric glue just to seal the hair and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. That also rhymed. And here I am starting on the dress because I needed a break from the hair. I'm using a off-white satin fabric and also just a piece of lace. I used my sewing machine and did a straight stitch just right through the lace so that it would lie flat against the satin, so it would be easier for me to embroider on top of. I'm using this white gold type of sparkly embroidery thread, and I will be using this to create, I don't know what to call them, but like the circle thingies on the top of the dress. Now this particular lace is actually very perfect for this. It was originally from a larger piece of fabric that I had, but it just had the exact shape that I needed and the little circle things at the top, and I have no idea where you can get this. It was just some clearance fabric that I got from Fabricland. I have this ribbon that is just like a strand of pearls, and I will be using it to make the little pearl detail at the bottom of the bodice. I also took the time and just quickly hemmed the bottom of the dress. And at this point, I am bored of doing the voiceover. Did you know that all my old voiceovers are very awkward? It doesn't mean that this one isn't awkward, but the other ones are much more awkward. Anyways, here's a close-up of the bodice. I think it came out really, really cute. The next thing that I did was took a piece of ribbon tulle and used it to make a bow at the back, and I just wanted to cinch in the waist a little bit. I played around with that satin pink ribbon for the bow at the back, but I just ultimately didn't like it. I ended up just switching it for something else. So the hair is all wrapped up because I had to do several stylings to make the hair work. And at this point, I am using 100% acetone, and I'm finally getting rid of the face up now. Also, I think this is another different day. This is what I decided on the dress. I ended up prepping up the face, and then I think I left this project for like a week. Yep, these are new nails. This is a different week. And I'm starting to do the face up like how I've done my other few face ups that I've had. I will link them somewhere to see my other face ups. Here I'm using my regular supplies, which are Derwent watercolor pencils, I think Artist Loft watercolor pencils, and then Artist Loft chalk pastels, and then Prisma chalk pastels. One of the things that I noticed about doing face-ups is that when you're doing the initial outlines of the face, it can feel very discouraging just because it feels like it looks really ugly, but it'll look good in the end. Here I have the general outlines of what I want, and then I will start moving to acrylic paints. I wanted her to look pretty doe-eyed, kind of like she's just looking up. Kind of makes her look like she's stoned, but we're not going to talk about that. If it ever seems like there's a cut and then there's like way more work than there was in the last shot, it is very difficult to draw and paint at such a small scale in front of a camera and not be shaky. So there is sometimes there will be work where I'm not on camera just because I can't do it. I also wanted her to have kind of very thick eyebrows. I know that they don't have thick eyebrows in the anime or the manga, but it just looks cuter this way, so I gave her slightly thicker eyebrows. So in the next shot, there are a couple things that are different. I added some white spots. I also added a little bit more pink in the eyes, just that the blue is not so stark. And I think I added just a couple more details. Oh, I also glued on some pearl earrings, which are basically just flat back stickers that I just glued on over the ear holes. And here I'm just giving it a quick wash of Liquitex gloss sealer. Did you know that you can get different qualities of glitter? I actually have two different glitters here. One is from Michaels and one is from Walmart. And the one that is like super shiny is the one that's from Michaels. The other one is from Walmart. You can see the difference in quality. I actually don't want it to be super shiny, so I will actually be going with the Walmart one. It's also just like a plain iridescent type glitter. So I also really wanted her to have nail polish. So earlier when I primed her face, I actually also primed her fingernails, and I will be giving them just a quick wash of a light pink color and then sealing it with the Liquitex gloss sealer. So for her hair, I ended up making a whole bunch of these white roses with little pink centers. I do actually have a tutorial on how I make my roses. I will link it somewhere here! And I made a whole bunch of these. I didn't film it because it would take me forever. I also grabbed a whole bunch of tiny pearls that I'm also going to use to decorate her hair. I'm going to pop her head back onto her body, and then we're going to get started on the hair. I'm going to be 100% honest, I did not like redoing the hair, especially to this scale and to this type of project. Doing the Sailor Moon hair is probably not the best idea for the first time you're doing a reroute, especially with styling it and also making the little buns. And if you have questions on how I did this, just comment because I don't want to go through all of it right now. So initially when I was designing how I wanted to interpret the Princess Serenity doll, I didn't want to do the crown necessarily. I definitely wanted to do flowers and pearls, and she's often depicted with roses in her hair and also pearls and sometimes the crown, but I prefer the roses. And just for my own sanity, I did end up braiding her hair a little bit just because the hair is so long. It got messy so quickly when I was trying to just maneuver her around that I ended up braiding half of the tail, and I think that it still works, still looks cute, and it just provides a little bit more stability and mobility. I also added 2 veils on the buns or the odongos and used the embroidery thread just to finish up the end of the braids. And then I also added just some white sprigs of baby's breath. And after that, I think I decided I was done. So here is my interpretation of Princess Serenity. She was not easy as my first entire doll makeover, but I did an Instagram poll and she was the one. So here she is. I think she came out super, super cute and just, I love her. I love her so much. I will be selling her locally, so if anybody is interested, please send me an email and I will get back to you. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. You could like the video if you want to, and let me know in the comments what else you would like to see from me. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. I'm really frequent on there now, and you can also subscribe to my channel. I won't take a month-long break like I did before. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!